Hi, it's Christine from the European Startup Association, and I'm here with Manuel today. And I'm very happy that we have him on board because his startup is in the well-being environment. And I think it's a growing market in general, and it should not be overlooked by anyone, but especially also not from startups, because startups can get quite stressed, including myself. And some of you might have heard of my story when I was just really close to burnout, and I had to take press the brakes and take care of myself and my mind. And that's as much as I want to say about you and your startup, but I'll let you introduce yourself.
Thank you. So my name, as you said, my name is Manuel. I'm one of the two founders of PocketCoach. And PocketCoach essentially is a digital coach, an app that guides people who struggle with anxiety, with panic attacks, with worries through a self-help process. So it's automated help for those who would otherwise don't get the help, or they might not need a real therapist, but they do struggle, and those are the people that we offer help to.
And was there a particular reason why you started this business? I mean, I think it's very clear that there's a need for this, but was there a trigger that made you start this company?
I mean, there were reasons, but I wouldn't say there was a trigger. So, I mean, you alluded to it, that it's a real problem. I think that mental health ultimately is one of it's like everybody wants to be happy in one way or the other, and in a lot of people's happiness, kind of it's dependent on it's not so easy to be happy, because anxiety and stress, today's world stresses, but also like just the internal mechanisms that many people struggle with, really make it difficult. And at the same time, we know that there are insights out there. There are therapy approaches out there that can really help people, but lots of people never get to that knowledge. And also, even if they do get to it, it's hard to actually implement it, to really take all the actions that's needed. And because of this need, and at the same time the opportunities that technology give to us, because that's there, that's why PocketCoach exists.
Yeah, and I think also I myself haven't been in therapy or didn't seek professional help. Luckily, I wasn't at that point. I know of friends who tried to seek out professional help, and sometimes it depends on which country you're in. It can take really such a long time until you actually get an appointment, because I think, first of all, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's not enough professionals that can help, and they're too fully booked, or there's too many people who need help, or both of the above. And again, it depends on the country you live in. But I know that if you need help, and you need help, and you're seeking help, then that means you're really at a point where you actually need it, because I think it's a build up to it,
absolutely.
Isn't it? You get more and more and more and more, and then, okay, now I need help. Like I had, it's getting more and more stress. And I think, okay, now I'm almost at the burnout stage, so I have to stop now. Otherwise I go over this line, and it's difficult to recover from that kind of stuff. And if you have panic attacks and anxiety, like you said, you really need immediate help, because it's immediate stuff, and you can't wait months for an appointment and then hope that this is working. So there is definitely a need like what you're doing out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there are lots of reasons why people don't get the help they need, and waiting times are one of them. Cost is another. And again, some countries have like social insurance that covers most of it, all of it. Others don't have that at all. And you also mentioned the access to therapists in the first place. Some countries, there are countries in the world that I guess you can count the numbers of therapists in the whole country on two hands, maybe a bit more, but it's like some countries have very, very few psychologists and therapists. And even in Western countries, as
so I was talking about Germany. Yes,
there's a
I was talking
shortage.
about
Yeah.
Germany, and it was impossible for my friend to find one. And even when you find one, you have to like them. That's the next problem. No, it's like
Yeah.
finding the right person. So finding one, then the waiting time, and then finding the right one. And from what I've seen, your app has really affordable subscription based, where people can sign up to really get immediate help and see how that works. And what kind of challenges did you overcome, or did you come across and overcome
Mhm.
throughout your journey that you can share maybe, because we all go through similar challenges through our startup journey.
Yes, I mean, I think those who were specific to us is so what we are in the business of helping people create behavior change. And I think that behavior change is actually one of the hardest things that you can ask somebody to do. You know, you need to help them build new habits that might actually not be the easiest. You know, they're easier behaviors than actually working on your mental health, especially if you don't feel good.
Yeah.
And so much of our focus has really been about how can we create a product that really helps people. So there's a lot of testing involved and many iterations, and I would say we're still not there yet. Like there's still a lot of work we have to be done. And we just recently got put together an advisory board with like great people, professors and such people who really add a lot of value and a lot of really help us create a better product. Other than that, I mean, you know that there's these typical problems that everybody faces, like doing your first funding round or your second, any funding round really, or hiring. I mean, that's a learning that I've made is I'm spending a lot of time hiring people, but it pays off. Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's really the core of what makes a company, the people who work with it, and just being very, very selective with who you hire has helped me in the past. And
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's the main. First of all, it's like going into a marriage, no, with an investor as well, but with
Yeah.
your team especially. The team needs to buy in to what you're doing. You need to complement each other and find someone who's willing to drive this business forward like you do as a founder, because it does not pay off immediately. And if you start up a company, you have to have a lot of patience and the willingness to drive forward, and the team needs to have this as well. Yeah, so
That's true. I mean, that's just one thing I'm going to add here, that I think because we're doing something that is really meaningful, that's never been an issue for us. Like there's a lot of buy-in from the people that like from the team, because that's
yeah.
really something that, you know, you can see it almost every day in the feedback that we get, that this is really helping. So, you know, that part is easier for us, I would say.
Yes. Okay. Very good. And maybe the one main characteristic that you think a startup should have when people start their business. So everyone who sees this and thinks, "Oh, I might start a business," tell them you need to be able to do this.
Well, I would say you need to work on something meaningful. It's not an ability. You know, you have everybody can do that. It's what do you want to spend your time on? Do you want to spend your time kind of trying making money, or do you want to spend your time building something that really makes a positive difference in other people's lives? And I think that's the first question everybody has to ask themselves. And if you answer this the right way, well, I mean, that's no guarantee for success at all. You know, you have to do all the work that comes. But if you don't ask that question, you get it wrong from right from the start.
Yes. Very nice. Thank you. I couldn't have said it better, and I completely agree, obviously. Thank you so much for your time today. That was just a
My
little
pleasure.
snapshot of what you guys do, and I hope everyone who sees this will check you out. I will put the link underneath the video anyway, so that everyone can find you. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.
It's been a pleasure. Bye bye.